Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this presentation on getting started with Office 365, brought to you by neoRhino IT Solutions. My name is George, and today I will be your guide on all the details of this new version of the traditional Office suite. We'll start off by covering how Office 365 works, showcase some new programs and features that you may or may not know about, go over how it could benefit you and your business, and have a comparison between Office 365 and its main competitor, Google Apps. There will be an FAQ at the end of the presentation as well. But let's start off with who really uses Office. What Office programs do you use around the workplace, if any? We use Microsoft's Office programs pretty regularly here at neoRhino for our business needs, and most of you, your colleagues, or your clients probably do so as well. So you know about Office, but what's different about Office 365? With Office 365, the Microsoft Office business productivity software that we're accustomed to purchasing is now offered as an affordable, scalable subscription service. It includes access to the Office programs, plus other productivity services that are enabled over the internet. Once you sign into your Office 365 account, you can install Microsoft Office applications on up to 5 of your favorite devices, which are tailored for that specific platform. Instead of having to buy full Office programs that are restricted to just one computer and require updates every few years, Office 365 is constantly updated to the latest version offered by Microsoft. You can work your best wherever you happen to be. Official mobile apps are available and optimized for each platform, which includes Windows, Apple, and Android devices. All Office 365 plans are paid for on a subscription basis monthly or annually. We'll go into the various 365 plan options further into the session. Office 365 includes the iconic Microsoft Office programs that have been used for years. Programs such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and OneNote. And Office 365 adds even more applications such as these that we will cover today. Applications such as OneDrive Online Storage, Skype for Business, which was formerly known as Link, SharePoint sites, and Yammer private social networking. The backbone of Office 365 is within the cloud. So what exactly is the cloud? In short, the cloud is a friendly way of describing web-based computing services that are hosted outside of your organization. In short, your files are saved in a server at an off-site data center, and in the case of Office 365, servers owned and secured by Microsoft. The programs of Office 365 now embrace the cloud, which grants easy and secure access to your files by utilizing, but not limited to, the internet to back up your work from a variety of options. Let's say, for example, you're working on a document within Word. Office 365 automatically backs up the document to your included online storage account called OneDrive while you're connected online. If you happen to be disconnected, the edits that you make to the document will sync to your OneDrive account the next time you are connected. You have the ability to allow files in your OneDrive storage to be shared with other users. If that same file is simultaneously opened by multiple users, only the originator of the file can make the edits, while everyone else will view it as a read-only document. The edits cannot be viewed in real time using this feature unless you have upgraded to Office 2016, which will also be covered later on. Now that we've mentioned OneDrive, OneDrive is online storage for your files that is included with your Office 365 account. Similar to other popular services such as Box or Dropbox, it's like an extra hard drive that's available from any of the devices that you use. You no longer need to email files to yourself or carry around, and possibly lose, a USB flash drive. OneDrive files can also be stored locally and synced with the cloud later on at your desire. All business and enterprise Office 365 users get 1 terabyte of space per user. Let's say, for example, you have associates in your company that routinely use flash drives to save their data when they're doing their work. By using OneDrive, you could eliminate those flash drives because they can just save their work to the shared OneDrive account instead. And as the administrator, since you have access to those files, there could be less potential of data loss and a good way to keep those files backed up for security purposes. So in the instance of if an associate of yours is no longer working with the company, they can't take a flash drive full of potentially confidential information with them because as the admin, you revoke their access to the shared OneDrive account. Your recent documents and settings follow your Office 365 activity, so you can quickly pick up from where you left off from any device. Let's say you're working on a proposal in Excel. You save your progress to your OneDrive account from your work desktop. Now you need to go out to a meeting and you want to take your laptop that has Office programs installed on it. Since you're signed into your account, the next time that you load that proposal, a notification will pop up, inviting you to go directly to where you left off and resume your work. OneNote is a feature of Office that has been in place for a while, but oddly isn't mentioned much. For those who are not familiar with it, OneNote is a digital notebook that can be your one place to capture and organize your notes. Note-taking is now much more than just typing the words down. You can also highlight what's important to you in the note and draw on the note as well to call out certain information, such as an itinerary or a to-do list. There's also a tab in OneNote called Quick Notes. By using the Windows +N command, or using the companion taskbar as you see here, it'll send a clipping of your screen to OneNote, which you can automatically clip the whole screen, size the clip to whatever you want if you'd like. It can then send the clipping directly to OneNote and into your OneDrive storage, which can then be imported into other Office programs if you like. Let's say you're planning a trip somewhere, and you want to take a snapshot of a map of where you're going. The Quick Note clipping tool can clip a sizable portion of the map for you to place inside your OneNote. You can then add more notes to it, create a list, and make sketches directly on that note. But what could be one of the strongest programs of Office 365 is Skype for Business, which you might be familiar as Link. It can be a much faster way of communicating with those in your business network through several functions. Status and location updates. This is the home screen of Skype for Business. It shows the availability of those in your contact list, and it's color-coded to represent your status. Green meaning you're available, yellow meaning you're inactive or away, red meaning you're busy, you're in a meeting, or you're presenting, and gray meaning offline. There is also a straight-up Do Not Disturb feature as well. The Skype contact card. You can also click on the contacts icon, which brings up the contact card. It gives you more information about them, as well as give you links to schedule meetings, send them an email, or even see social network updates from them, if they sign into them, of course. Instant messaging. Skype's instant messaging can be an extremely effective collaboration tool in your office, as it can be simple to use in the same style of like Facebook Messenger or Google Hangouts. Skype also backs up your IM conversations to Outlook. HD audio and video chat. You can have a direct conversation using Skype by just voice or with video. You can even have group chat with several participants and see the status of each one at a glance, with a maximum of 250 users per session. Any device that is capable of running Office 365 can join and initiate video meetings and chat through Skype. Video and audio performance is dependent on your internet connection. For example, we have a client that has a conference room that is actually set up with several large screen TVs with cameras and PCs underneath to utilize Skype for Business for their conferences. It's a simple setup, but very powerful. Desktop sharing. You can share your desktop through Skype without having to change programs. You can choose whether you want to share one screen, share multiple screens, or even a single program. You can also pass control of your desktop to a participant of your choice. And file sharing. You can easily send files to others directly through Skype's menu. You can share OneNote files as well. As you see in these examples here, we actually utilize Skype's all-in-one solution here at our office for our main method of communication with each other. As we have several people in our office, it's much easier to share our ideas and needs through Skype. Plus, we can even get notifications for upcoming meetings directly without having to switch programs. If you have a meeting scheduled in Outlook, Skype for Business will send you a reminder for that meeting that's coming up. Once it starts, the status in your contact card will automatically change to state that you're in the meeting until the end of time and that you're busy. Skype for Business also contains many different types of online reports that give you the ability to quickly review information about usage and trends within the program. Only the administrator has access to these reports. These types of reports include active users, peer-to-peer sessions, conferences, audio and video minutes, client devices, which can also be drilled down by user, and activities by user. For example, say if you want to know the total number of audio minutes, video minutes, or even a combination of them used over Skype at your office. This report will break it down by active user. The admin can view the reports in a daily, weekly, monthly, or even quarterly fashion. It's like looking at a phone log of all your calls on your cell phone, but through your Skype for Business communications instead. Some other great uses of the Skype reporting tools could be for call center tracking, usage of Skype on company-provided devices, or even tracking for timesheet accuracies. Say you have an employee that uses Skype a lot. It's their main method of communication with her clients, and as her superior, you'd like to see just how many minutes per pay period that she's talking to her clients on Skype in comparison to the hours that she punches in. The online report can break it down for that amount of time and can even go further if you wanted to know how much of that time is by audio chat or use in conferences. You can also download these reports into a CSV file to import into Excel for your records as well. Outlook within Office 365 keeps your email secure through continuously updated anti-spam email protection. The legacy email platform can protect you from over 98% of all inbound spam, which includes digital signature verification, phishing detection, spear phishing detection, and optional email encryption, which has 2 special features on its own. Office 365 Message Encryption, or known as OME, is a service that lets you send encrypted email to people inside or outside your organization, regardless of the destination email address. So whether it's a Gmail, Yahoo Mail, Outlook, etc., you'll be able to apply that encryption. You can set up the encryption and it's applied automatically. Those encrypted messages can be further protected by setting up recipients with a one-time passcode, a request for them to sign in with a Microsoft account, or sign in with a work or school account associated with Office 365. Recipients can also send encrypted replies. They do not need an Office 365 subscription to view the messages or send replies because it retains the encryption. So say, for example, an attorney is using Outlook to send another attorney confidential legal information by email. That attorney applied the message encryption, so if the message were to somehow get intercepted, the content will be unavailable to the interceptor. Or say a doctor is sending a patient's medical records to submit for insurance purposes. Because those records contain personal information, the doctor applies the encryption so their patient's records cannot be accessed by anyone other than the sender and the receiver due to the verification process. You can even use information rights management, also known as IRM, to take it one step further by applying usage restrictions to the encrypted message. It helps prevent sensitive information from being printed, forwarded, or copied by unauthorized people. Say a manager is sending confidential details to her team about a new product that has not been announced to the public. The manager can apply the Do Not Forward option to keep the information from being leaked. If there are any attachments in the message as well, the IRM is also applied to the attachment. IRM does require the Office 365 Enterprise E3 or E5 plan to use. So what exactly is SharePoint? SharePoint is a comprehensive set of browser-based collaboration tools in the cloud for users to work together on projects. It points to where the documents live to provide a single point of reference, similar to like a card catalog in a library. The documents are shared through a password-protected website and can be accessed anytime, making it easy for colleagues to work together. Instead of hunting for files in different locations, such as personal computers or network shares, SharePoint provides a reference for where the files are located. All you need is a web browser, such as Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, or Mozilla Firefox, and sign into your Office account. A good example of this would be how the University of Nevada in Reno uses SharePoint. SharePoint is used to keep track of absence time taken by their IT employees. Every employee can go to the SharePoint site, and because of the settings that are applied to the files in its secured library, they can only view their own leave records. However, the administrator can go to that same site to view and edit everybody's leave records. They also use it to schedule training meetings for any new student employee. Users in a SharePoint group site can add files to and edit files in a library. If you're a site owner or designer, you can customize the library by changing how the files are displayed and managed. You can also set permission guidelines for if you want others in the group to be able to edit the files in a library or not, similar to how a page on Wikipedia works. You can use this technique for other uses such as vacation approvals, expense claims, timesheet approvals, invoice payment approvals, and help desk escalations. Yammer is an optional enterprise social network that helps employees collaborate across your business and get you connected to the right people, share information across teams, and organize around groups. The difference between SharePoint and Yammer is that SharePoint is meant to be a card catalog of shared documents and sites, while Yammer is meant to be more of a think tank environment that's built around people in the invitation of sharing ideas socially in a workplace, similar to a Facebook or a Google+. Microsoft acquired Yammer in 2012 as a response to other companies incorporating enterprise social networking, such as IBM and their Social Blue private network. They created Social Blue for similar reasons. They wanted to strengthen employee connections and encourage participation. For instance, say a retail company's Yammer is being used as an employee hub, similar to like a bulletin board. It's tailored to each section of their business with product and financial updates, best practices, emergency info, and much more. Rather than having to resort to emailing or using public social mediums, that freed up a lot of time by making it much more involving while keeping any possible confidential information private. Have you ever heard of the phrase, "don't tweet the deets"? Yammer's private nature keeps that from happening, with honest employees, of course. Yammer is currently used by more than 200,000 companies, such as DHL, Shell, Verizon Wireless, and eBay. Red Robin, for example, their CFO used the Yammer network to issue out a challenge to all of its employees. Their challenge was to come up with the best cost-saving solution with a cash reward. The contest was shared through their Yammer network to over 25,000 of their employees to submit their ideas without the fear of being second-guessed or judged. And the winner was a reusable kids cup. Not only was it encouraging and challenging for the employees, it was fun and productive as well. Yammer Enterprise is only included in certain Office 365 plans, which we'll cover later. One feature that many of you may or may not be aware of that's included with all Office 365 subscriptions is Office Online. Office Online lets you work across multiple devices right from your web browser. This option is fantastic for users who either don't have the full programs installed on their computer or if they want to resume their work on a different computer that has internet access. You can create, view, and edit documents that are saved to your OneDrive storage. Office Online is included with all Office 365 plans and does not count towards the 5-device limit. You can sign in and access your apps and files in Office 365 using one of these web browsers: Internet Explorer and Microsoft Edge in Windows 10, Firefox, Safari, and Google Chrome. All you need to do is go to portal.office.com in your web browser and sign into your Office 365 account. Once you're signed in, you have access to these programs in the browser: Outlook Email and Calendar, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, SharePoint sites, Delve, which is a tool that helps you discover and locate information that's most relevant to your usage of the 365 applications. You can also see what files have been recently accessed by your Office account. Microsoft Video, which you can upload, share, and play videos in your organization, and even make a video channel for your organization similar to YouTube. You can view Yammer conversations that are in the video channel as well. And Sway. Sway is a new digital storytelling program for creating interactive reports. The full Sway program requires Windows 10, but the browser and mobile versions do not. The Office Online site also gives you access to your contact list, make a task list, and access your OneDrive storage. Office 365 is designed to be a similar program across supported devices and web browsers, no matter how big your business is. Regardless of the size, the experience is similar and can help build not only the business, but help build stronger relationships as well. Menchie's Frozen Yogurt, which was founded in 2007, used to use several separate applications for email, collaboration, document management, and instant messaging. The challenge was that they weren't tightly knit together as well as they had hoped, and as their company grew to now over 4,000 employees, their desire to be productive on other devices such as tablets and smartphones grew as well. Once they adopted Office 365, not only did they get the programs they needed all in one suite, they used them on the devices they want. They use Skype for Business to set up virtual meetings on the fly and share market research, maps, and other information in just a few clicks. On a larger scale, In July of 2015, GE signed a deal with Microsoft to adopt Office 365 and deliver the suite to more than 300,000 employees across 170 countries worldwide. Imagine what that can do for a small business if it makes such a benefit like it did for GE. Microsoft knows that Apple users are a good share of their user base, so they optimize their Office for Mac applications to be nearly identical to their Windows counterparts. This can immensely help collaboration on work, as the Mac version is almost just like the Windows versions. A client of ours, for example, has a shared platform of computers. Roughly half of their PCs are Windows and half of them are Macs. Office 365's strength is that since it's one platform that operates in a similar fashion, regardless of what operating system you're using, the simultaneous collaboration abilities can make teamwork that much stronger. It can save time from having to deal with possible conversions and incompatibility issues. The new Office 365 for Mac includes enhanced OneDrive integration, native Mac Retina display support, online templates, and you can now use multi-touch gestures in Office programs on touchscreen devices, as well as other various performance enhancements from Office 2011. But Office 365's biggest strength could be the familiarity of the legacy production suite. Since Office can be a more recognizable program across its supported platforms and online, using it in an environment that seems more acclimated with Office can achieve better productivity results and improved user experiences. It can result in less time converting files, learning new programs or functions, and dealing with the possible hassle of using multiple and sometimes convoluted programs that can be done within Office 365. Arista Life Science, a worldwide chemical company, opted to use an alternative software suite for their needs, but according to their head of IT infrastructure, they felt that the alternative was difficult to use and lacked the capabilities that their employees had grown accustomed to with Office. They switched back, and as a result, they found themselves becoming a more agile and competitive organization. Now, this might not be the case for all alternatives to Office 365, but this is just one instance of how the familiarity of Office worked out better in their case. Adopting 365 can reduce the learning curve of having to adapt to other suites, and also reduce costs of having to train those who are already familiar with the Office suite that has been around for so long, as up to 85% of businesses are currently using Office for their productivity needs. Last September, Microsoft released Office 2016, the latest version of their Office program suite. Let's take a brief look at some of the new features that are included with the 2016 update. The Share button. The new Share button on the top right corner of Excel, PowerPoint, and Word allows you to do native real-time co-authoring through OneDrive. Once you save a copy of the document to your OneDrive storage, selected users can view and edit in real time, while the Share sidebar shows the status of each user. So say the first user is editing the document, while the second user is just viewing the document. You see their statuses in real time. You can even use the Share button by sharing screens through Skype for Business. Tell Me and Smart Lookup. Tell Me is a search bar within Word, Excel, and PowerPoint that you ask questions in plain English to, similar to Cortana in Windows 10, and it gives you the right tools or features to what you're requesting. Smart Lookup brings insights from the web right into your documents. All you do is you just highlight what you want to search, right-click, and choose Smart Lookup, and the results will appear within the program. Previously available only in Office Online, Tell Me and Smart Lookup are now available across the 2016 apps. Attaching recent files within Outlook. Whenever you attach a file in Outlook, a new drop-down menu appears giving you the ability to choose from your recently accessed files quickly and easily. Clutter for Outlook. The new Clutter option in Outlook 2016 uses the email server to keep track of the emails you read and the ones that you don't. Once new email comes in, it can take messages you're most likely to ignore and it'll put them into a clutter folder. As your reading habits change, Clutter learns, adapts, and gets better. If you find Clutter isn't for you, it is completely optional. You can turn it on or off at any time. New Excel charts. Excel 2016 has 5 new chart types: waterfall, tree map, histogram, box and whisker, and sunburst. OneNote video and audio embedding. You can now add audio and video file attachments to your notes in OneNote. Using the OneNote web app, you can make a voice note and save it directly to the note or in your storage. You can also embed video within the OneNote file as well, such as a YouTube or Yelp video. Full screen view for Outlook for Mac. Office 2016 Mac users can now support full screen view and can also view two messages side by side to easily copy and paste from one message to another. And coming soon to Office 365, Planner and User Profiles. Planner is a new feature that is coming to Office this year. It is a highly visual yet simple hub to collaborate with teammates on creating new plans, organizing and assigning tasks, share files, chat, and get updates on progress. This program looks to replace the Tasks feature within SharePoint and Office Online. Planner will be officially released this year, as well as User Profiles, a new profile page that shows who the user works with inside an organization and see the documents they worked on recently. This feature looks to replace the two-page profile currently used in Delve. Next, we're going to have a comprehensive comparison between Office 365 and Google Apps. Microsoft and Google have equivalent applications to each other in their suites. For Microsoft's word processing program, Google has Google Docs. For PowerPoint, there are slides for creating presentations. For Excel, Google has Sheets for spreadsheet creation. OneDrive's cloud storage is Google Drive in their suite. For email, Outlook's equivalent would be Gmail. SharePoint's alternative in Google Suites would be Google Sites. And Skype for Business's comparable program would be Hangouts. Google designed Google Apps to be comparable applications to Microsoft's Office. They have a similar look and feel, but there may be navigation and usability differences to factor in for those who may be more comfortable with Office. Thus, it may require more training and may lose some functionality, which we'll get into a bit later. As far as the requirements for the two sites go, Office 365 is available as installable applications on Apple and Windows PCs. On Windows, the applications are supported on Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 10. Windows XP is not supported. Office Online is available for devices that are not compatible with the installable applications through supported web browsers. Official mobile apps for Office are available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Phone devices. On Apple devices, it requires iOS 7.1 and above, and on Android devices required Android KitKat and above. Office is pre-installed on all Windows Phone devices. On the side of Google Apps is a 100% browser-based solution that will run on supported web browsers. As it is browser-based, no actual operating system requirements are needed except for offline document management, which requires the Google Chrome browser. Official mobile apps are available for iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. On Apple devices, Google Apps require iOS 7.0 and above, and on Android requires Android Jelly Bean and above. Windows Phone currently does not have any official apps supported by Google. Now we'll take a look at a few possible advantages of both Office 365 and Google Apps. For Office 365, as up to 85% of businesses are currently using Office applications, adapting and training can be a much easier process. Microsoft Office is the flagship Office productivity suite with over 25 years of support and innovation. Fully installed applications let you easily work offline, depending on what 365 plan you're on. OneDrive also works offline, allowing document change synchronization. So if you happen to go offline, OneDrive will automatically save your progress when you're back online. And for Google Apps aims for their applications to be similar to almost all of Microsoft's offerings. Even though Google Apps is a 100% cloud-based service, files in your Google Drive can be downloaded to your device. Documents can be edited offline using the Google Chrome browser. Google provides its users with unlimited web storage for businesses with under 5 users. The single file size cannot be larger than 5 terabytes though. For businesses under 5 users, they get 1 terabyte of storage. But with the advantages of Office 365 and Google Apps, there are potential drawbacks to consider as well. For Office 365, each OneDrive account currently allows a maximum of 20,000 items in its storage space, but last year Microsoft released a new OneDrive for Business Sync client, which when using removes the 20,000 file storage limit if implemented. Each Exchange Online mailbox can send messages with a maximum of 10,000 recipients per day. By using Microsoft OneDrive, your data resides in the cloud. While you can save a copy of your files to your local drive, your files still reside on the cloud space unless you delete them. As mentioned before, you need to have your Office 365 software registered by connecting to the internet at least once every 30 days. Microsoft offers a 99.9% uptime guarantee, which equates to 8.76 hours of unexpected downtime per year. Depending on how often you access Office 365, it may only be a minor amount of downtime between you and your files. For Google Apps, content in your Gmail and Google Drive is gathered for targeted marketing. Now, what that means is that Google tailors ads based on email and search keywords, location, and other information located in your accounts. Now, Google has stated that they do not sell your personal information, and that this practice is to keep the service costs low, but it is something of a privacy concern. So say you're signed in, and while you're signed in, you actually do a Google search for bikes. You might see ads for bikes on sale, places to go biking, and more. Later on, if you search for vacations, you might see an ad for a destination where you can also go biking. Since it is 100% cloud-based and requires a web browser to function, no actual applications are installed on a computer. Downloading files from Google Drive might also require you to download an alternative program to even access the file. So say if you download a file from Google Docs, it's actually saved as a .x file. So you would need another program, like Microsoft Word, to launch that file anyway outside of Google Chrome. Same as OneDrive, using Google Drive, your data resides in the cloud. Google has a history of dropping features without warning. A good instance of this would be a few years ago when Google launched their Google Plus service, which was required to use to set up a social site to increase your online presence or to even make a YouTube account. Then suddenly they decided to drop the requirement. So all that work that you actually did to build the page back then, basically for nothing. Think about the feeling of a Google program that became vital to your daily work and suddenly it's gone without any warning whatsoever. Now what do? It's almost like you're a guinea pig. And Google also offers a 99.9% uptime guarantee. So how much does Office 365 cost? Here's the lineup of the different business and enterprise plan options for Office 365. The 365 business plans range from $5 a month per user to $12.50 a month, and there's a seat cap of 300 per each plan. The standard business plan includes the full programs of these Office applications: Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook, OneNote, and Publisher. It also includes the cell phone and tablet app versions of these programs. The Business Essentials plan does not include the full desktop programs of Office or mobile apps, but it does include Office Online. In its place of the desktop applications, Essentials adds several other services that are not included in the standard business plan, such as Exchange, email, and calendar, Skype for Business, SharePoint, and Yammer. The Business Premium plan has all of the features of the standard business and business essentials plans. The 365 Enterprise plans range from $8 a month to $35 a month, and you can have as many seats as you want. The Enterprise plans have more additional features that you can see in the chart, such as the IRM encryption option and the mailbox legal hold service on E3 and above. However, similar to the Business Essentials plan, the Enterprise E1 plan does not include the full Office programs. All of the 365 Enterprise plans include Microsoft Access, their desktop database creation program, and is the only way to utilize that program aside from a standalone full Office Professional Suite purchase. Enterprise plans include 24/7 phone support from Microsoft for any issues, where the business plans only include 24/7 phone support for critical issues, such as SharePoint being down or widespread problems sending or receiving email through Outlook. Other minor support issues are handled during business hours. The new Enterprise E5 plan, which launched late last year, includes new features such as Skype meeting broadcast for up to 10,000 attendees, advanced threat protection, business analytics, and now includes PSTN conferencing, or public switch telephone network conferencing. So meeting attendees can dial into Skype meetings from virtually any device. Meeting organizers can also send dial-outs to attendees and bring them into the meeting. You can also add the PSTN calling option if you'd like Skype to be a cloud-hosted voice over IP service, also known as VoIP, for your calling needs with an additional fee per phone number assigned. All the Office 365 plans come with 1 terabyte of OneDrive storage and Office Online. And now it's time for our FAQ. Here are a few questions that have been brought to our attention regarding Office 365 that we'd like to share with you. I currently have a copy of Office. Will Office 365 work with it? Office 365 works best with the latest version of Office. If you have an edition of Office earlier than Office 2010 or Office 2011 for Mac, you will need to update to a newer version of Office in order to use 365. You can also subscribe to one of the many Office 365 plans that include the latest version of Office. In addition to getting the latest version of Office as part of your subscription, you will get updates automatically, so your Office will always be current. I am running Windows Vista or XP. Will I have any limitations? Office 365 supports Windows Vista and XP only through Office Online's web-based functionality. They do not support the download or use of the latest version of Office software, and you cannot substitute Office 2010 for the latest version. Windows XP is no longer supported by Microsoft and is required to update to a supported version of Windows for security purposes. Windows Vista support is expected to end in April of 2017. How does the cloud work with 365? With Office 365, information storage and software are located and managed remotely on servers owned by Microsoft. Many services you use every day are part of the cloud, everything from web-based email to mobile banking to online photo storage. Because this infrastructure is located online, which is normally referred to as in the cloud, you can access it virtually anywhere, from a PC, tablet, smartphone, or other compatible device with an internet connection. What mobile apps are available for Office? Official mobile Office apps are available for Android, iPad, iPhone, and Windows Phone, and includes Outlook, OneNote, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, OneDrive, Skype for Business, Delve, Yammer, and Sway. The apps are free to download, but require an active 365 account to edit or create documents. What's the difference between monthly, annual, and annual commitment payments? Office 365 Business, Business Essentials, and Business Premium plans are available for monthly commitment payment or annual commitment payments. Monthly commitment payments, you pay month by month and you cancel at any time. Annual commitment payments, you sign up for a 1-year subscription, but you can choose to pay month to month or pay for the entire year at the time you sign up. There is a discount for using this payment option. The Office 365 Enterprise plans, including standalone enterprise plans such as Exchange Online and Office 365 Pro Plus, are available for annual commitment payment. And through the annual commitment payment, you sign up for a 1-year subscription, but you can choose to pay month to month or pay for the entire year at the time you sign up. Can I switch to other Office 365 plans? Yes. If you need to change plans, you can transition any user on your account to a different plan. For example, you can upgrade from an Office 365 Business plan to an Office 365 Enterprise plan at your desire. You can switch all users, switch only selected users, switch users from a prepaid subscription, or switch users to a lesser plan. Can I mix and match different Office 365 plans? Yes. However, please note there are some license limitations at the plan level. The Office 365 Business, Business Essentials, and Business Premium plans each have a limit of 300 users, while the Enterprise plans are for an unlimited number of users. So say you have an 1,100 person office. You can purchase 300 Business Premium users, 300 Business Essential users, and 500 Enterprise E3 users. Can I cancel my subscription at any time? Yes. However, depending on the product and the type of subscription you choose, there may be a penalty for canceling before the end of your contract. Annual commitment subscriptions that are paid up front do not receive a refund if canceled prior to the full contract period. If you decide to cancel, Microsoft will further explain the terms of cancellation. What happens to my data if I cancel my subscription? Your data is yours. If you decide to cancel your Office 365 subscription, you have the ability to download your data and save it to another location. We recommend that you save your data before you cancel. After you cancel your subscription, the data associated with your Office 365 account will be available for your administrator to download for 90 days, after which the data is purged from the server. None of the other users can access the data if the plan is canceled. How do I set up Office 365? Microsoft experts and trained IT companies can help you move to Office 365. Here at neoRhino, we are Microsoft certified experts and will be honored to assist you in developing custom Office 365 solutions for your businesses. And we would like to thank you for attending our 365 presentation today. Once again, my name is George, and on behalf of neoRhino IT Solutions, we'd like to thank you once again for joining us. Bye for now.